All right, folks, listen up. Brian here. This is a special episode for us because it is our big call-in show, but it's part one of the call-in show. We talked to so many of you wonderful people that we decided to split this up into 2 episodes. So this week is part 1. Next week is part 2. Also, if you want to see the video version of this, where you can actually see most of the people that called in, you can go to patreon.com/late night and see that video over there. Thank you to everybody who called in on this, and anyone who didn't get to talk to us, sorry about that. There is a twist ending, which I'm not going to spoil now, coming next week in part 2 that you'll see, which involves, well, the less said now, the better. Enjoy the show. Thank you to everybody who called, and stay tuned next week for part 2. Look at us.
Well, we're podcasting, for real.
Just a couple of pod folk.
Yeah, and we're doing a very special episode.
We really are.
As evidenced by we've just spent a fair amount of time troubleshooting, and I'm in a great mood. Nothing tilts grown adults like trying to get Zoom or Discord call settings working.
It's pretty weird. You'll notice that my screen name is Ninja Party.
Did they not let you put the sex in?
I register some accounts if it needs a first and last name as Ninja Party.
Acceptable.
That happens sometimes. But yeah, we're trying our first call-in show. We're hoping this works. I'm like half and half that this will work. At the very worst, we might have to cut out everything but us. But
I fully anticipate a disaster.
That's just you, though.
I can't wait to be pleasantly surprised. You know, we have a Google document that has the call-in link on it, and in a couple of minutes, we'll start admitting people to the waiting room, and this will either work out or devolve into absolute chaos. So
actually, here's a fitting start to this. I made myself a coffee, but I didn't put any of the grounds in the machine. So I just have a thermos full of hot water.
Oh.
Which is great.
Appropriately miserable. The angle for this call-in show is we'll see where it goes, but I think the idea is that we'd ask everybody for a peach and a poppin', but, you know,
P&P.
do some chit-chat. P&P.
That's right. So it's 1 p.m. We're going to just start admitting people. Okay, I'm just going to admit people basically in order here.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're starting with, well, I'll let them introduce themselves. Here we go. All right. First person. I'm so nervous about this.
Me
First
too.
person coming in. If this goes wrong, I'm just going to bolt. I'm just going to run out the door and you have to end the meeting. Okay? And by go wrong, I mean, if anyone says anything even slightly negative or critical about me, I'm leaving. I'm just leaving.
Oh, same.
Okay, here we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm a big fan.
Oh, thanks so much. Harrison, is it?
Yes.
Thanks for joining the call.
No problem. I have nothing better to do today, so thought this might be fun.
That's what
Either
we
way.
like to hear. Now, Harrison, this is very exciting. You're the first ever caller we've had, ever.
Oh my God, I'm honored.
Yeah, Leighton says my audio sounds like ass, and I apologize for that.
I'm probably not that better either. I'm using this little tiny mic of mine. So
Great.
You're a gamer.
I am a gamer, so what can I say?
Are you having trouble hearing me at all?
No, you sound fine to me.
Okay, great. Well, go fuck yourself, Leighton. Oh, look at that. That's a pro
Sure.
right there. So, Harrison, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois, one of my favorite cities. Now, I'll ask selfishly, have you seen any of the Ninja Sex Party shows we've done in Chicago?
Fun fact, my first ever concert that I've ever went to was the 10th anniversary show.
Oh, my.
That was my first
Okay.
ever experience with any sort of concert. I went with my friend. We ditched our high school's homecoming.
Nice.
So it was a really fun experience.
That's so great. So what was it like? I mean, that's a great crowd for a first concert. Like, people are cool.
It was so fun. I grew up on like game rooms, so seeing like all like the people with the shirts and stuff. And it was my first introduction to Planet Booty, seeing Twerp live and seeing you guys.
Uh-huh.
I remember you guys played like the heavy rock version of Baby Shark, which is
Oh, yes.
amazing. I loved that.
That was one, I believe I didn't tell Dan that I was going to do that.
Really?
I think I just told him, I'm just going to do something in the middle of the show. Let me do my thing. And he was like, okay, good luck.
It was really cool. It took me a second to like realize what you were doing, but like It was super fun to like have everyone in the crowd. Like that place is a huge stadium. So having like
Yeah.
this like hockey stadium just full of people screaming like Baby Shark was amazing.
Yeah, I love that. Twerp was so cool to do that. And, honestly, that night, it's so awesome you were there. That will go down as like one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
And may well be like the largest crowd we ever played.
It was insane. Yeah. And I remember you guys like had the little paper hearts.
We didn't give those out.
Oh, really? That was the venue?
No, actually, that was a group of fans who were giving those out as like part of a thing and have kept doing it at at other concerts. Yeah. So we had nothing to do with that. That was just like an awesome fan thing. So Harrison, as our first caller, first of all, do you have any advice for us for today's call-in show?
I guess don't be afraid to use that band. There's some crazy people out there. I am a COVID student, so having to talk to teachers like how to use Zoom. So yeah, if you need help, I'm a pro at helping on this.
Thank you. I think we figured it out. Actually, we look at this. We have a special guest here that I'm going to admit at the same time.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Hey, there he is.
Yo, what's up, Jark?
What's up? Do we got Harrison?
Hi, that is me.
We got Harrison.
Look at that boy.
Just a little boy.
So I saw you right there at the top of the list, Jark, and I was like, well, we got to bring you on right away.
Better have.
So Harrison, what are you get a peach and a pop?
I guess I'll do what's popping first.
Well, go real quick. What do you think of the theme song?
It gives me a lot of emotions. I mean, I've been a listener since the beginning, so this song is
that's awesome.
Ingrained in my mind for very good reasons. It is masterfully crafted. The instrumentation, I couldn't applaud more. So love it.
Mod span this guy. Take it.
Look, you're the one that let me in here.
That's true. To be fair to Leighton, she had nothing to do with that decision. It was all me.
You're stuck with me.
Yeah,
I think you made a good choice.
Great. I love it. All right. So yeah, what's your poppin'?
What's popping for me? I've really been obsessed with the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah.
The Across the Spider-Verse. I saw it like opening night with like my friend. It's the only movie that I've like went to the theaters multiple times to see. And it's phenomenal. It's like all over like my Twitter and like TikTok right now, just all the fan content. I love seeing like all the little references, just picking it apart.
That's awesome.
Living in my brain rent free right now.
Cool. How do you think it compares to the first one?
I like it mainly just because the second one, they try a lot of different art styles all like in one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely kind of suffers. It is like a two-parter. So there's like the next movie is going to come out, who knows when. So it definitely feels like a little incomplete, but like jumping between all of these different art styles was amazing. I loved like how Spider-Punk, his like art style is based off of like zine culture from like the 80s, 90s,
Mm-hmm.
like with that like cut paper stuff. Spider-Woman's like universe is like this really like full of like all these like beautiful colors, all this kind of like abstract stuff.
Yeah.
So I loved it from that aspect. I also loved the soundtrack for this of like exploring a bunch of different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion. I love how it explores all that stuff. The first movie is great because it is a lot more concise with what it does, but I really enjoyed seeing like where the artists were able to go with the second one.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. We're going to take Audrey pretty soon. I don't know if she remembers the first one. With a kid, anything that happened like a year ago is like, did that even happen?
It's a good watch.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Great.
Nice.
And
Right.
yes,
Peach?
Leighton. Yes, exactly what I was about to ask.
Peach for me, currently I am working on rewriting this idea for a short film that I had with one of my friends. Like I wrote like a first draft for like one of my classes like a year ago. And like I showed it to one of my friends. And then like the other week they were like, hey, remember that thing you like worked on? I want to make that.
Oh, that's so great.
Aw.
So I've been like, hell yeah. And so I've just had like this boost of like creative energy to just like go ahead. I'm like halfway through right now. So it's just really nice to have like a creative project that like you feel super like passionate about and just like see it just like flow so naturally. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get that going pretty soon. I'm really excited about it.
I love
love
that for
it.
you, Harrison. Awesome.
Yeah.
And also, your room is very, very cool.
It is.
Thank you very much. I put a lot of work into it. My mom works in like furniture and stuff. So
Ooh.
I'm big into like interior decorating. I have like a lot of nerdy stuff in here.
That's great. Now, I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you ever have anyone say that you look like Matt Watson? Because I'm getting big Matt Watson vibes from you.
I don't think I've ever been like told that I look like him. I've been told that I sound like him. I can do like some of like his like little goofy voices.
Oh, let's hear him. Oh, please. Please,
Hey, I'm
let's
Matt
hear.
Watson. I'm Matt Watson. I'm a musician. I write my little silly songs. I'm a super mega.
Yeah.
I don't think the show's going to get better from there ever.
It's all downhill
That
from
was
Harrison here.
incredible.
Fuck.
I'm the peak.
I love
We've
it.
peaked. Thank you for joining us today, Harrison.
No
We
problem.
gotta
This was a
talk to some of the
delight.
other people. So great to meet you. And good luck with your short film.
Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
All right, kick him, boot him,
All right.
ban him.
Yeah. Can I? There we go. And he just left. Look at that. What a great first call. That was
Banished to the
awesome.
shadow realm.
What
Amazing.
what a kind person. Everyone's going to be great. Everyone's going to be great. Look at this.
Yeah.
Jarek, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Jarek. How are you? I like that you're cozy.
I know. I've had a canker sore in my mouth for like about a week, and so I've been talking like Mark Watson for a little while. Leah, my girlfriend hates it, but she also finds it pretty funny.
I think you sound hot as hell.
I was talking like Elma Fudd.
Have you been like doing the gargling hot salt water or whatever?
No, I haven't, which I probably should, but I took a lysine and a zinc the other day, so hopefully it kicks in.
Because
but-
that makes it like, wow, my mouth hurts and now it also tastes bad.
We went to Song and Night Market for dinner last
Ooh.
night. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
kinda,
That's a good
that
one.
kind of helped. All the spices like crushed my mouth, so
I love that place.
I think the canker sores like got smaller.
Cool. Right. Well, on that note, I'm going to let someone else in here. Should I say their names before we let them in? No, I'm going to say no.
Let it be a
All right.
surprise.
Bam.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
There's that gamer.
How's
What's
it going?
up?
So we are real quick going to ask you to introduce yourself and say where you're calling from.
Yeah, absolutely. I am closing out of a Discord call really fast. Okay. So hi, I am Nebula.
I get it. You were just kind of hanging out there for a long time without any acknowledgement that you were there, and then just bam, you're in.
Just bam.
There must be a better way to do this, but will we figure it out? I don't know. Sorry. Please.
No,
continue.
you're fine. I'm Nebula. I am from Oklahoma. I was actually one of the very first people to ask a question on your first episode and the first follow-up. So
Look
it's
at
come
that.
full circle now.
What was your question, if you don't mind?
My initial question was, how do I connect with individuals in the workplace that are several years my senior when I have very weird interests like true crime, horror,
I
anime,
remember
that
this.
kind of
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm an artist, I'm a cosplayer, I'm a podcaster. I have been listening to all of your guys' things for a very long time. So this is a huge honor.
That's
Thanks
so
for,
great.
for letting
Yeah.
us all hang out.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Yeah. Thank you for being a part of this. I'm not going to say this to everybody, but I will say it to you. You're caller number 2. You're the second
Okay.
call. So that's amazing. Here's the question I want to ask you. Did our advice work? Now, you probably said this in the follow-up, but I'm very curious.
But that was probably 3 years ago now.
No, so ironically, I'm actually doing a full re-listen through late at night since I haven't listened at all, like in sequence since every episode premiered.
Mhm.
So I just listened to this episode the other day. So I'm prepared. It did work, but also that previous job sucked and the people there were not great. So I'm out of the job completely and with great people at my new job now. So ultimately, it worked in a new work setting.
Great.
Hell
I love
that.
gamer.
Okay. I love it. So you get a peach and a pop, which is what
Okay.
we're doing. You can choose which one you do first.
I will absolutely pop
Okay, great.
with
Actually, but so before you do that, I just
yeah.
have a quick question for you about this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the theme song for What's Poppin'? You're the only person I'm asking this to.
the only person.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
I wholeheartedly believe you,
You should.
Brian.
I would
with
never.
every fiber of my being.
I would never
know you
lie
would
to you.
never lie to us.
I would never lie to you.
You're
No.
loyal fans.
I am nothing if not honest.
I thought the theme song could be better.
Okay, that's fair. You know, I'm not immune to criticism. Can we hang up on her real quick?
Mods.
Great. I appreciate that. Now, please continue. Far be it from
Yeah.
me to prevent you from speaking.
Appreciate it. My what's poppin' is, have any of you guys heard of the case that's been going on in South Carolina, the Alec Murdaugh case?
No.
So there is a limited series on Netflix called Murdaugh Murders, A Southern Scandal. It's 3 episodes, and it's all about this very recent true crime case that this family that's been in power in South Carolina for like over 100 years, they've been 3 or 4 generations of county solicitors, are basically watching their empire crumble and all of like the crime that is around the family. It is wild. You don't know what's coming next. You don't know all the different cases that end up connected and that everyone just kind of brushed everything under the rug. And it's still ongoing. Like the case is still ongoing and you can follow along with it. But the docuseries is really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And so where did you say it was on?
It's on Netflix. It's called Murdaugh Murders. And that's Murdaugh, I think is how you spell it.
Oh, yeah. Like Murdaugh.
Yeah. But pronounced Murdaugh. And the guy's name looks like Alex, but it's pronounced Alec. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
It looks like it should be Alex Murdaugh, but it's Alec Murdaugh.
Alec Murdaugh.
Alec Murdaugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Peach.
My peach is that you guys started this podcast because I joined the Discord and met my best friend in the world, who is also in this call-in show. And she and I started a podcast because of you guys.
No, really?
So, yes.
Oh, that's so
awesome.
great.
And she and I, we've been friends for 2.5 years now. We've flown out to meet each other because she's in Utah and I'm in Oklahoma. We've gone to conventions, we've gone on vacations, and like she's just phenomenal. And I would not have met her if it wasn't for you guys starting your podcast. So
That's
my
so
peach.
good. Now, I think I know who you're talking about. You're referring to Parker.
Yes,
believe, right?
I am.
Yes. I see you guys post your stuff occasionally. So I didn't know that you two met in this community. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was completely because I posted an artwork that I did a while ago, and then she responded to it and said, "Oh my God, I saw this. I love it. I also like this," because it was a Dragon Ball fan art. She's like, "I also love Dragon Ball. Let's talk about it." And I want to say maybe 2 months later, we were like, "Yep, we're best friends. Let's start a podcast and talk about things we love."
That is so great.
Yeah.
So cute.
That's like
I love it.
material good things coming out of the podcast. Wild.
That may be the first.
That might be the only.
I don't think it's the only. I've met so many good friends through your Discord specifically and through your fan base.
That's awesome. I
yeah.
love the folks on the Discord. I don't interact too much. I do look at it pretty regularly, but I don't, post too much there. But it just seems like good vibes all around. And I love seeing people support each other and, just be there and post the cool stuff they're doing, as well as, interesting stuff they find all over, music, whatever. Like it's just such a great group of people. So,
Yeah.
And even better that you found an amazing friend from it too.
And I'm eternally grateful for it, truly, because she is the kind of person that I'm like, where were you my whole life? Like where I would not have found you otherwise. And she just fits perfectly.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Wow. Thanks for joining us today, Nebula. We'll catch you on the Discord.
Yeah, of course. And Leighton, where's your holiday Gilbert? Where's your holiday skeleton?
Oh my
I
God.
don't get to have him yet. That was also my follow-up, was the roommate one. And I needed to ask you if you have acquired your own Gilbert.
No, they have marked up toy skeletons by like a disgusting amount. Like a respectable sized one is like 100 bones, literally. And it's, can I justify it? No, I mean, I have too much shit. I got too much shit on me.
I think you should get one of those like little tiny desk ones like you see in a doctor's office, and then just put little doll clothes on him and decorate him that way. It'll be your holiday mini skeleton.
I do like that.
That's a great idea.
All right. Wonderful advice. You have a wonderful day, Nebula.
Thanks. Same to you guys.
Yeah,
So nice
take
to talk
care.
to you.
Thank you for
Later,
calling.
gamer.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we're just going to move straight on. We're just taking calls today. There's 38 people waiting for this. Some of these people are going to
Holy
be here for
fuck.
a while. All right.
There.
Hello.
That
Hello.
boy is.
Hi,
How's it
mystery
going?
guest.
You know what, Leighton? You nailed it. Everybody is a mystery guest today. It's a parade of mystery guests. Mystery guests. Well, you should say it. It's your thing, Leighton. Say your
Oh
thing.
no,
Say
Brian,
mystery
you were
guests.
chomping at the bit to do it. So why don't you do it?
The expression is champing at the bit, and I think it's important to say that. Mystery guest, would you care to introduce yourself?
Yes, I can introduce myself. My name is Dan. I am a fifth-year PhD biochemistry
Oh,
student.
hell yes.
And your podcast has helped keeping me sane through the turmoils of trying to write papers and theses.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you want to say where approximately in the world you are?
I'm from Michigan. So
From
Michigan area. So Midwest.
Oh, I see. You have the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Now, I think I've mentioned on the show, I was a postdoc in Ann Arbor for a year and loved it. You know, that was my only experience living in Michigan, but what a great state. Like so much great stuff. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those places that I had no idea what I was getting into, like going in. And obviously it's a big state that, you know, you have some big cities and then some very rural parts. But I was like, whoa, this place just rules. I had a great time there.
No, I enjoy it. I've lived here my whole life. So
yeah,
I must like something about it.
So tell me, okay, you said 5th year PhD student. So where are you in your emotional PhD journey?
Yeah. So in my emotional turmoil through getting through grad school, I am close to the end. 5th year is about when you want to really think about starting to graduate. So the goal is December. So December of this year, I should hope.
Oh my God. Wow. That's pretty close.
You know, it's careening towards me very quickly.
So does that mean you like have the bulk of your thesis written and that sort of stuff already? Yeah. Well, sorry.
Optimistically, yes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of the data for it. I just need to, you know, put it into a coherent way and also prep a presentation that makes sense.
Yeah, that's great. I know different fields do things very differently. Mine was literally like staple papers together. And then my friends in the humanities were like, you know, basically writing books. And it's so different how the different fields do it.
Oh yeah, it's also fascinating because everyone's boss does it differently too. So you can ask like all the people in your department, even like people in the same field as you basically. And it's like, well, I did this. Your boss will have you do something completely different. And your committee will have you do something completely different, just, you know, randomly based on whatever they think is right at the time.
That's right. I had a guy in my committee who was a guy I TA'd for, you know, and was a professor I knew well. He's like, okay, dude, here's the deal. You have to write like a banger introduction. Like, you know, there's this award for like thesis from APS, American Physical Society. You got to do it. And so I spent all this time writing like a super awesome introduction and then found out that the award was only for experimental particle physicists, which, by the way, I should have fucking checked. Right. And I can't really fault the guy because as a result, I have a great introduction, which isn't just, hey, read my thesis, jerks. You know, it's like 10 pages of trying to explain what I was doing. But yeah, exactly. I had to do is like, this is the one thing you got to, he basically said, I'm not going to read your papers. I'm an experimentalist. I don't know what you're talking about. 26 dimensions, whatever. Like, but all I want to do is understand that introduction. So I don't know. Maybe he passed me because of it. But Dan, we're asking everybody here today to do a peach and a pop, the perfect summer evening. And you can choose whichever one you do first and hit us with what you got.
Cool. I guess I'll hit you with the peach first because the peach is literally my thesis is working now. It was a long time coming to get to this point because the first 3 years were a struggle, shall we say. Nothing worked. Everything's bad. You feel really stupid and you don't know why you're here. And then it starts to turn around in the 4th year. So that's working. That's my peach. Everything is happily progressing.
That's
I am
amazing.
Hopefully close to publishing, which would, you know, greatly help because that's what my boss says, like publish and then you can graduate.
Yeah.
Is pretty much how it works.
The feeling stupid thing is so real. Basically, someone said when I was in grad school, they were like, everybody has an imposter syndrome here except the jerks. And those are the people you don't want to hang around with anyway. But it's just like you feel like such an idiot for your entire grad student life. And at the end, you kind of get to a point where you're like, wait, I think I understand something. I can go to a talk and actually like get some things that people say in the beginning. I don't know about you, at least for me in the beginning, it was like, I don't even understand the words, you know, it just total straight over my head. And then eventually around the point you are, it's like, oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, when I first started out, I'd go to talks in the department and then like slide 1 would be like, okay, I know some words in the title. Slide 2, okay, we're talking about living things. Slide 3, I have no idea what you're talking about. And you're just saying words at my face. And I'm sitting there like, yes, I must look like I understand what's going on. Yeah. Because everyone around me looks like we were a relatively large class. So all of us are sitting there like, yes, we all understand perfectly what's going on. And then a PI would ask a question and be like, oh, that's what they were talking?
my favorite move was when like some old professor would ask a really simple question, like a question I knew the answer to. And then I was like, oh, no, this is hard. Like you can ask simple questions and it's not bad. You know, like this is hard shit. Feel free to ask easy stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, I know it's like your professors don't even necessarily know what the speaker's talking
That's
about.
right.
And it's okay to ask the dumb questions because very often if you have the question, like at least 3 other people in the room are sitting there like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yep. Totally. All right. What's your what's your
yes,
poppin'?
What's
the
poppin',
popping?
Dan?
So I
Actually,
guess I'll
before you do that, just real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do have to ask you. I kept forgetting to ask other people this question. What do you think of the What's Poppin' theme song?
Yes, I used to be very into music when I was younger. I did piano for 12-ish years and voice for a few in there. I think it's a masterpiece, a masterful composition.
Why, thank you.
Honestly, not played enough on the show. Should be,
I couldn't agree more.
Repeatedly,
Yep.
over and over.
Over and over.
There could be a whole show that was just the song, just end to end to end, and I think it would be worthwhile. You get a little nuance each time.
That's an extremely kind compliment, and I appreciate it. Please continue.
Yes. So what's poppin'? I'll actually pick music. Actually, so there's an artist by the name of Will Wood, who I've been listening to a lot lately. He mixes folk and kind of metal and polka, and it's a very interesting, eclectic mix of genres and techniques. But
Love that.
I don't know. I've been listening to it a ton lately. So he has an album called The Normal Album. I've been listening a ton to that on my drive in.
Look at this. Yeah, it seems very popular. This is awesome. I got to check this out.
Do you have a specific song that people should check out?
Yes. The first one, Suburbia Overture, is actually very fun. If you like that one, you'll like him. If you don't like that one, then you don't need to bother listening to the rest of his stuff because it's all that kind of weird mishmash. But there's one called Black Box Warrior, which is really fun just because he has an incredibly fast, talking section in it, which I'm not good at doing. So I like listening to other people do it.
I like, just looking at these titles on this album, I like the typography. It's like a mix of lowercase, caps, numerals. Very cool.
Yeah, he ties everything in, even the artwork of the album itself, kind of like there's a story being told, whether or not you understand it. I don't know if I do, but
Yeah.
I like listening to it.
That's awesome, dude. Well, Layton, do you want to escort our guests out, say some final words to them? Like a thank you, like you say to our guests on the normal version of the show?
Because I'm so good at doing that kind of thing. Dan, thank you so much for... Shut the fuck
just
up,
a sec.
Brian.
No.
Shut
You
the
shut
fuck
up. You
up.
shut
I'm
up,
trying to do
Layton,
this. I'm trying. Just let me have
Layton.
this.
I like to set you up for success. So that's
No,
why
you
I'm playing
don't.
to your side. I really do.
All right, so this is the thesis committee, and now we're getting the closing.
Yes.
Dan, thank you so much for joining us today. I wish you the best of luck on your thesis. Your hair is glorious. Your voice is amazing. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
See, that was perfect.
And I hope you guys too.
Thank you. Thanks for calling, Dan. Bye.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.
Boot him.
Bam.
Got it. Another one in the bag.
Will would, what would Will do?
That's great. All right.
I'm gonna get some chapstick. My lips hurt.
Also, Jarek, you're...
Am I super blown out?
Yes, your lighting is like... your lighting is always bananas.
Yeah.
What mic are we on there, Jarek? Is that a Shure?
It's my Shure SM58.
There it is. It's a 58 classic mic.
I don't got that skrill yet to buy a 7B, so someday.
Yeah.
Not rich like all y'all.
I don't like to brag, but I have 7B money.
You win the mic looking cool of it all.
Thank you.
Because you look like you're ready to do a Type 5, and my linty ass mic cover is really telling on me.
Oh, yeah, I should clean this thing.
Why can't you take it off is my question.
You can take it off, dude.
You can?
Pop filter, yeah, you can.
How?
Everybody does
How?
it. You just like pull it off. There's like a plastic ring around the
Okay.
foam part.
I don't
I
want to
see.
break it. Don't do it now.
I need some chapstick.
Did you say champ stick?
Yeah.
Get your chopstick.
I love
right.
the idea of champ stick. Chapstick for champs.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let another person in here.
I got 3 flavors of chapstick.
Well, can you please save that A+ material for when the callers are on?
Yeah.
Here we go. Coming in hot. And kabam! Hello, John. Oh, we
Ooh,
can't hear you, actually.
How about now?
There we go.
there we go.
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Sorry about that. I forgot I had an extra button.
No, we have so many buttons. The fact that this is working at all is nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah, I'm
So-
suspicious that this has been going so well.
John, where are you calling us from? Approximately. You don't have to give your latitude and longitude, but just a general location.
Yeah, sure. I'm over in Central Massachusetts.
Central Massachusetts. Okay, great. I love Central Massachusetts. I've lived in Western and Eastern, but not Central.
Yeah, actually, I think we might have both lived in Boston area around the same time.
Oh yeah, when were you?
I went to college in Boston, so that like late 2000s, early 2010s.
I was there. I lived there from 2004 to 7, and again like 2011-ish. So I love a lot of things about Boston and Western Mass too. Western Mass is so great.
You got to try Central Mass.
Well, okay. What's the thing that I should try in Central Mass?
Well, my hometown is Leominster, Massachusetts.
Sure.
Birthplace of Johnny Appleseed. The pink flamingo lawn ornament was invented here.
You're practically the Leominster Tourist Board. This is amazing.
Yep. Those are the two biggies.
Okay, John, I have a very pressing question for you based on what I see in your background. Do you do circuit bending?
Yes, I do. I have done some, yes. So that's why I do makery type things. So all the stuff I own back there. Yeah.
I love that. Is that a stack of like speak and spells?
Yes. Early in the pandemic, I got a lot of them on eBay for
amazing,
relatively cheap.
Oh yeah, I see the Furby now and the big owl thing.
Yeah, I haven't messed with Furbies yet. And the owl my brother got me for Christmas, and I still need to try it out.
The Furbies are really like notoriously difficult because you can fry them. I had one start smoking on me. It was just like jittering uncontrollably and smoking. Like, it's horrifying. But then, I have a bunch of husks just sitting around and the guts look cool. But it's just like all the traces are so close together. But yeah, best of luck.
I really want to try to control some stuff on it. But I'm sure I'm just going to end up breaking it and that'll be great.
I mean, that's how it goes. It's one of the ones where it's like you are going to be popping that battery back in and back out over and over and over every time you short it. And it's kind of a whatever. But it is such a cool, fun thing to do. So it's nice to meet another circuit bender.
It's a lot of fun. Have you done stuff with a video?
No. I have like a dirty video mixer that I got off of Etsy that I use with my VCR.
Oh, you know that guy?
Dirty video mixer?
Yeah, a little too dirty for my taste, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. I think I might have interrupted you, Layden.
No, you're fine. Go off, King.
Can you believe he would do this?
Yeah. You have a dirty video mixer?
Yeah, I didn't make it, but I would love to do video stuff. I follow the like glitch video subreddits and all that stuff.
There's a few people now selling like old point and shoot cameras that they're adding stuff to.
Bent?
Yeah, they're bending those.
Well, that's cool.
That's awesome.
What era point and shoot cameras are we talking about here?
Like 2000s.
Yeah.
Like not actually old to you and me.
No, but older cameras
but
that,
older,
yeah.
Technically like now called like vintage or something. Like things from the 2000s are called vintage.
Horrible.
Wow.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how much I hate that things from my 20s are vintage. Now, you get, John, a peach and a pop. You may do them in either order, but you get one of each.
Did you do the Poppin' theme song for the first person?
No, we have not played the What's Poppin' theme song.
Oh, perfect. So then that I can let you know.
Yes.
I think it's good from what I hear right now about it. Like, that's fine.
The theme song that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's your opinion of it? You think it's good?
Yeah. If you just played it right now, right?
That's great.
I feel like you're twisting his arm a little bit.
Well, I guess we could put it in here.
You don't have to.
So, Jarek, can you put in the What's Poppin' theme song right here, please?
No.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? I do want to ask you, John, what is your opinion of the What's Poppin' theme song? You may have just said something, but I'm not totally sure. What do you think about it?
Like, if I was going to be completely 1,000% honest.
Yes, please.
Just
please.
Whatever I truly think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be honest.
Please.
I think it's good.
I love it.
There we go.
Perfect. Perfect opinion. Yeah.
All right, John, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? I've been very into, there's a local artist, Stevie Lee. It's Leigh. She makes clothing. It's all denim clothing. She takes the denim scraps from local places and makes new clothing out of it. It's very like punk rock kind of stuff.
Look at this. This is very cool.
She's a Central Mass artist?
Yeah, I think she's out of Worcester.
Wait, she just makes art or clothes?
She makes clothes. But, clothes can be art.
Fashion can be art, Jarek.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah, you know how much fashion can be art? Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Oh, wait a minute. What's happening?
There it is. Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah. Got him.
Did you just take that off your foot?
I did.
Look at
Wow,
that.
for free?
For free. For free. Just for you, John.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on, I got to show the other one too because it whips. Hold up. Wait for it.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Wait,
a
what
lamb.
is that? The anti-croc club? Is that what that says?
Yes.
Nice.
And the lighter works, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
That doesn't sound dangerous at all.
Ooh.
Anyway. All right, John, Peach.
I struggle with mental health stuff and have spent a long time trying to get all that figured out, and it never really worked. And in the last month, I got like an additional diagnosis on a new med. Huge game changer. Doing amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Congrats,
rules.
John.
Yeah,
So that's the big one. That's the big peach.
I love it.
For
That's
me.
really great. I know that can be really challenging, right? To find the right diagnosis and the right medicine. So I'm so glad that that's a
Thank
huge
you.
positive change.
It's really interesting to spend like 20 years working on something and then be like, oh, there was this additional thing.
Yeah,
It wasn't just me not trying hard enough.
right. There was like a very good reason for it that you have now figured out. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome, John. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
joining us today and for talking
Thank
about
you.
circuit bending. And
Hell yeah.
I appreciate you.
Jean.
Thank you, hey, Jarek. Yeah, thank you, Jarek.
John, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope your brain continues to treat you right on the new meds.
Indeed.
Thank you. And you too. Both of
Be
you. Thank
well.
you all so much.
Yeah, thank you. Good talking to you, John. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I felt bad for booting the other person. Is this going to work? All right, here we go. I'm clicking remove.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Oh, report to Zoom. Whoops. I had the report to Zoom thing clicked before.
Oh, no.
That was the problem. I don't think it happened.
Hold on,
Fuck
I'm gonna go put my dog under the covers so she gets the message.
Under the Covers Volume 2 or Volume 3? Hell yeah.
Let's go.
That's a deep cut reference for you NSP fans.
So I didn't realize that there's actually 5 elements in the Avatar: The Last Airbender
Earth, air, fire, water, and...
circuit.
Is that true? No. You're fucking with me. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I haven't seen it at all. Oh, I see.
Wow.
Circuit Bender. Now I got it, Jared.
Come on.
Okay. It
There
took
we
me a
go.
minute. It took me a minute. I'm sorry. All right. We're moving on to our next caller. Here we go. And Brandy.
We got a
Hello.
gamer.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am great. Thank you for joining us today. Layden, say the thing you're going to say.
Well, we've already said the mystery guest's name, but I'll just say that, Brandy, your hair and your lipstick look great.
Yes.
How are you doing? You doing good?
Good. How are you, Leighton?
I exist. I'm waiting for my dog to stop barking while we record, as is always the case.
Yes.
It's great.
Brandy, where approximately are you calling from today?
I am calling in from the general area of St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Nice.
Okay. What do you call someone from Missouri? Missourian? What's the...
Yeah. Or as some people like to call Missouri.
Right.
Missouri.
Wait. That's the name of someone from Missouri is a Missouri? People also say that?
They call Missouri, but yeah, Missourians are generally the term.
Gotcha.
Those who are in the know, we live in misery.
Oh, yes. Okay. Right. Very, very nice. What now? I'm always curious with these kind of states that are not clearly in any region. What do you think of yourself as? A Midwesterner, a Southerner?
Very much a Midwesterner.
Yeah, that's what I feel like most people I know from Missouri would agree with that. But maybe it's just the geography. When I was growing up in New Jersey, I always thought of Missouri as a Southern state, and then was kind of surprised to find out that everyone there thinks of themselves pretty much as a Midwesterner.
Yeah, it kind of depends on where you go. Like, kind of like, with like Florida, like different regions, like the more south you go, you're going to get more Southerners. And the more north you go, you're going to get, more Northerners.
Cool. Now, Brandy, we're asking everybody today to do a peach and a pop. So you may pick the order. We're not going to prescribe that. And you can start whenever you feel ready.
My peach is in about a month. I'm going to be learning how to ride a motorcycle. So I'm very excited.
What? Oh, that's awesome.
Whoa.
Fuck yeah.
So what does that mean? You're like taking a class, you're getting a motorcycle. What does that mean?
Both. So at a local college, they do motorcycle classes for like $20. You take the class, and if you pass the class, they give you a little piece of paper to take to the DMV, and you either get your $20 back or you donate it to the class for the motorcycles.
Well, that's awesome.
Wow.
And then after that, I will hopefully shortly get a motorcycle. So I'm very excited.
That's great. So it's like a driver's ed thing for
Yeah.
motorcycles. Can you get a motorcycle license without having a car license? Yes, right?
Yeah.
You don't need a car. Yeah.
It's probably better if you do. Specifically, like you kind of have a leg up if you know how to drive a stick shift.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I guess if you're like, what does this R stand for? You might be in trouble on a motorcycle.
Have you ever been on a motorcycle before, Brandy?
I have. I used to ride passenger when my dad rode motorcycles.
Wow.
That's so
Aw.
great. Have you been on a motorcycle, Leighton and Jarek? Have you guys ever been on a motorcycle?
Yes. My friend Craig, I piggybacked on his motorcycle, and my grandma in the Philippines, she had like those. Everywhere in the Philippines, they have those like little sidecar motorcycles,
Yeah.
and she
I want one
had
so
one
bad.
of those. Yeah, and so I got to drive it and also be like a passenger, and it was so fun.
Wait, was your grandma driving you around?
No, she
Sidecar?
wasn't. She's
that'd
too
be
old. She
awesome.
just owns one. So,
Aw.
That's very cool.
I forgot to ask, how are you, Mr. Jarek?
oh, I'm vibing. My mouth kind of hurts because I have a canker sores,
Oh, awful.
and I don't know. I have like 3 chapsticks to choose from.
He's
because
so
my
proud
lip-
of these.
What's your favorite kind of chapstick, Brandy? How do you keep the lips moisturized so your beautiful black lipstick stays on?
Well, drink plenty of water, and I generally go with a Burt's Bees.
Nice.
Burt's Bees always like put too much chunky shit on my lips, so I stopped using it.
Too much chunky shit?
How chunky? How chunky is chunky, Jarek? Be very specific.
Like it looked like I had like skin peeling off of my lip.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
Yeah, no.
like when your lip peels from being too like messed up, that's how
Hell
it
yeah.
was. But I have a classic cherry chapstick, and I also
Ooh.
took 2 chapsticks from Leah, Naked Organic Lip Balm. It's USDA organic, and she gave me this Ilia stuff, which looks like I'm wearing lip gloss, but in this lighting you can't really tell, but it kind of fucks.
It looks like it fucks.
I gotta say, cherry chapstick is like probably the worst chapstick you can use. And I love
Oh,
it
yeah.
so much. There's something very nostalgic. It feels like proper bisexual representation
Mhm.
100%.
somehow.
awesome.
Yeah, right?
Is it worse than strawberry? Strawberry to me seems like the bottom of the barrel in terms of flavors.
I actually don't run into too many strawberry chapsticks.
Like the EOS little ball chapsticks,
Mm.
their strawberry one. When I was in high school, it was great. They changed the flavor, or it's different now and it's not good anymore, which sucks.
Mm.
Anyway, Brandy,
Yes.
do you have a poppin'?
I
for
do
us?
have a poppin'. I've been slowly getting back into watching anime.
Actually,
and-
sorry. Before you start that, I do have a quick question for you. I've been forgetting to ask the other callers. What do you think of the "What's Poppin'" theme song? Before you tell us your pop.
It's such a classic tune at this point. It's timeless.
That's a great way to not answer the question. I'm looking for an opinion of it. Do you like it or do you not like it? And you can tell me you don't like it. I'm not going to be upset. I will boot you immediately from the call, but I won't be upset.
I like it.
I'm going to choose to believe you. Luckily, I don't hear tone. So I heard the words, I like it. That's great. Thank you very much. Please continue with your poppin'.
So I'm slowly getting back into watching anime, and I've been really enjoying this anime called Buddy Daddies on Crunchyroll.
Buddy daddies?
Buddy Daddies.
Buddy daddies.
Buddy daddies.
So
I
it's
can say
essentially
buddy daddies.
essentially
Yeah.
a story about these 2 guns for hire that go to kill this guy. And before they get to him, they run into his daughter, who's also going to go see her dad because she's never met him before. And they kill her dad and they adopt her because she's like 4
Aw.
years old. And
Aw,
it's just cute shenanigans.
I like that. Brandy, do you have a bird?
I do have a bird. She is a little. Oh, she is a tiny cockatiel.
Oh, there it
Oh my
is. Look at that.
gosh.
Yes.
Look at that.
Bird
Look at that.
cam.
What's her name?
Her name is Uno. She was bequeathed to me from an old manager.
That
Aw.
is awesome. I didn't think it was an animal. I thought it was like, like your shoe or something squeaking on the ground.
Nope.
How old is Uno?
Uno is probably about 6 years old at this point. She's very sweet and very spoiled.
I love that for you, and I love that for Uno. Brandy,
That's awesome.
thank you so much for waiting to get on the call and being on the call with us. It's
Yes.
great to meet you.
Good
And
to meet
thanks
you as
for
well.
telling us your peach and your poppin'.
Thank you so much.
Hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
You as well.
You too,
Bye.
Take
Brandy.
care.
Thank you. Bye. All right. We are moving on to our next caller. Leighton, are you ready?
Yes.
There we go.
Yo.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
Mystery guest. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Parker Crown Guard Cosplay on social media. I make costumes and do podcasting stuff. I'm happy to be here. Longtime listener. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Nebula on briefly a couple minutes ago.
I heard that.
And you were her peach,
Yeah.
which was very sweet.
I'm always her peach.
I was telling her I see you two posting your stuff on our Discord sometimes, and I had not realized you met through this podcast. That's so great.
Yes, that was the first time I joined because I started listening and I got about 20 episodes in and I was like, all right, I'll join the Discord. I'm committed enough.
Nice.
And then once I did, I was like, I have to understand what the vibe is instantly or I'm going to get lost.
Mhm.
So I was scrolling through the art channel and I recognized a piece of Vegeta that she drew that I saw on Twitter like a few days before. I was like, oh my God, you drew this. That's so cool. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. And we've been instant best friends since that day. So
That's awesome.
I love that.
That is so great.
Sweet.
I love it. And if you want to say generally, where are you calling from today?
I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's hard to track me down from here, but I'm from Utah.
It's a big city,
Middle
yeah.
of nowhere in comparison to some other places, but it's cool.
I'm always fascinated by Salt Lake and Utah in general. What's the fun stuff to do in Salt Lake City? Like the alt stuff,
Everyone will tell you it's hiking. That's our biggest pull is hiking. We have a really cool bar scene in Salt Lake because a lot of it is deterred by the temple being down
Sure.
there, but it's actually very liberal and chill in Salt Lake. We're rated one of the top 3 hipster cities of all time.
Is that true? Wow.
Because we
Wow.
have a bunch of thrift stores, record shops, cafes,
Yeah.
and like little bars. We have so many of them because we're a big city, but it's not a big city like Dallas where everything is kind of cramped down and then spread.
Yeah.
We're a big city, like we're 10 unit blocks. And then like the rest of it is where you just are. And
Mhm.
so there's a lot just crammed in there. We have tons of tiny little thrift stores and record shops and just small businesses. We're very small business focused. So
That's
I
so
do
great.
that. I do a lot of hosting events personally here. We do cosplay karaoke on the regular, which is
Oh,
very
that's great.
fun. But we have a lot here. There's a lot to do here. And if you don't want to do that, go to Park City where there's better bars and better nightlife.
Right.
That's where the
Cool.
rich people live.
I love it.
Great.
That's awesome.
So, Parker, we've been asking everybody for one peach and one pop. So you can do in any order you choose. And we've chosen to not ask people what they think of the What's Poppin' theme song, which I think was a great move on Brian's part.
Mhm.
So
Really holding back. Yeah.
at your leisure.
So which one is first?
I'm going to hit it with my popping, which is going
Okay.
to be a more.
Actually, before you do that, real quick, I did want to ask you, what do you think of the What's Poppin'?
I love
theme
it. The
song?
bit gets me every time. I love the theme song. Perfect.
Thank you very
Wait,
much.
you said it's a bit? I didn't know it was a bit.
It's not.
No.
a bit.
No. I mean that like segment when I say bit. I don't mean like,
Yeah, like
you
the
know.
British sense. Of
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
All right.
Like
all
that
right.
bit of the
Nothing
show.
else.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify.
Thank you. Please continue.
My popping is going to be the game Amori because it is a RPG about kids finding out emotions. And I really like games where you have to kind of sit with feelings a lot. And so following like the path of grief and everything like that means a lot to me in the same vein that like the Persona games do. And I just love small games where I get to hang out with my friends and then have a little bit of an existential crisis in a horror game. Very
That's
good.
so great.
Oh, that's great. It sounds like you would
Hell
also
yeah.
enjoy Homebody.
I'm waiting
Oh,
to pick
shit.
it up. I'm a little bit of a bitch when it comes to horror games. So I have to like play
Me
it for
too.
5 minutes and then go sit down because I'm shaking a little bit.
Mhm.
I get through it, but I'm scared.
Yeah, I feel that. All right. Wonderful poppin'.
Mhm.
Peach.
My peach, I didn't know Neb was going to get picked before me. My peach was that I was just in Dallas for a convention called ACON. I got to host 2 major One Piece meetups, which was very cool for me. Lots of people came and they were very successful and we had some cool photographers. But then I also got to make 3 new costumes and run a panel, and everything went very smooth, which I did not expect. Cons always have holdups, and this one didn't. Thank God.
That's so
very
great.
Smooth, very fun. I'm just now recovered, and it was like 2 weeks ago.
So I would imagine leading up to any con, that's just an insane crunch period of making and refining and blah, 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 right?
We didn't know if my partner was going to be able to come or not because he had to do some stuff at work. And so we were like, well, your panel got approved, so we have to send you no matter what. But I don't know if I can come. But I always make him matching costumes. So it's like, I don't know if I can start on stuff or not. And so I worked on all 3 of them within the first 2 weeks leading up to the event before we had to leave.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And I managed to finish with 3 days to spare. So that was great for me.
That's so great.
It took a lot of time, but we did it.
I love it.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, gamer.
Yay.
I'm glad it went well. What's your tattoo with the like black work right there?
I have a bunch. This one's Dorothea from Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Well, hold on. Hold that one up again. That's like, that's
dope.
very detailed. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
I have a
amazing.
huge Misa piece. Well, I'll gently squat so you can see. I have a huge Misa piece.
Oh my God.
That's
Look
crazy.
at
They're all
that.
by the same guy because they're my friend. This was the first tattoo they did on a person. And so they're
Whoa.
like, every year they'll use me as a metric to like see how far they can go.
Aw.
That's incredible.
Thank you. It's huge. It was 2 sessions and a very painful.
Wait, can we see the upper arm one again? No, yeah, that's the first thing they did on a person?
Yeah.
That's kind of incredible, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
I like to tattoo the girls I cosplay. So that one's Lady from Devil May Cry, Dorothea, Misa. And then this one on this side, I have Bulma and Vegeta, which I had
nice.
signed by
Ah.
Chris Sabat. So
Oh, that's cool.
Amazing.
I've got a bunch, but
Wow.
Cool.
That rules.
that's what I've got going on. I have a lot more in progress that are drawn out. I just have to pay for them because tattoos are expensive.
Yes.
They are.
Do you have to cover those up when you're in costume a lot of the time?
No, I have DeviantArt is a weird, horrible place. And so I mostly just post like my superhero stuff there because that's where it tends to do the best because it just fills in all of the search bubbles for when people are trying to find me. And I have one dude who is so obsessed with commenting on all my Scarlet Witch and my Supergirl stuff where he's like, tattoos aren't very heroic. Cover it up next time.
Wow.
It's like, what do you want from me, bro? Because I never do. Because most of my people I cosplay also have tattoos. And I don't want to draw those on every time because they would be
Right.
where my actual tattoos are. So I just leave them alone.
Well, I think we can all agree you're absolutely to blame for not catering to one weird dude's very specific hang up.
And they're weird dudes. I swear. People on DeviantArt don't realize we can see the folders when you favorite stuff. So I know where you're putting these.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Great.
nightmare. It's so scary. Being a
Yes.
model is
Well,
hard.
You're braver than I am.
Truly.
It's the equivalent of your own show feet guy, but like a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Parker, thank you so much
Of
for
course.
being
Yes, it's
such a
great talking to
longtime
you.
supporter of the show.
Yes.
It's
Indeed.
great to actually talk to you. And, thanks for your time today,
Of
both in the waiting
course.
room and in here.
Of course. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. I will dip out now for the next. See you all later.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Bye.
Parker.
Thank you,
Have a
Parker.
good one, Parker.
Later,
Bye.
gamer.
All right, we're just moving straight on. I'm not
yeah.
Yeah.
fucking around here. Let's do it. Blam. We got someone right there. Hello. Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite all right, I would say.
Thank you for being so patient in the waiting room of mystery where you never know what's happening or when you're going to get called.
Where in the world are you calling from, Christopher?
I am currently in Rutherford, New Jersey.
Hell yes. Hell yeah, you are. That's right. Now, for the uninitiated, and I refer to Jarek and Leighton that way, describe Rutherford.
It's the most North Jersey suburb you could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a half hour south of New York City, Jersey City, Hoboken.
Yep.
I go there like all the time.
Hell yeah. Not East Rutherford. Rutherford proper.
Not East Rutherford.
See, this is important.
East Rutherford is where it's where MetLife Stadium is, and it's where American Dream is. So you look up Rutherford, and East Rutherford is what shows up.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Now, I have actually never been to the American Dream after seeing that thing being constructed forever. Can you please describe, especially, I think this is going to blow Jarek's mind, describe what the American Dream.
So this place I didn't know what it was for so many years because I was born in 2003. So I feel like it had been in the Meadowlands
Yes.
for my whole life.
I think you're basically correct.
It looks like children's toys kind of drop down onto like a massive, like swamplandy kind of area.
Yep.
And they're all like huge buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge buildings. Yes.
There's like a ski like mountain thing that they built, but it was never used for anything.
Indoor ski slope.
What
Yes,
the
sir.
fuck?
And it all just kind of sat in the Meadowlands for like probably a decade.
Yep.
Until somebody decided, let's make a mall out of this. I think it was always kind of intended to be a mall, but it was never like finished. It was just kind of left there.
Forever. You just drive past it, like on Route 3, right? Forever. And you're like, what? When are they going to do something with it? Yeah, they spent obviously millions of dollars building this thing. When is something going to happen with it? And something has finally happened with it.
I mean, it still kind of is, but it felt like such quintessential scenery to the Meadowlands or to like being around Giant Stadium because people would just go there and be confused.
Yep.
Yeah.
And have you been inside this place?
I have.
This looks crazy. What the hell is this?
Yeah. It's New Jersey, baby.
It's the biggest mall I've ever been in. You can walk in from a lot of different places, but they have this almost like Fifth Avenue in New York, just rows and rows of like designer stores. You have this whole area of the mall that was bought out by Mr. Beast because he records a lot of videos there. So the one physical in-person Mr. Beast burger is there. You have a theme park, you have a water park, you have a ski slope, you have every store you can think of.
That's correct. It's pretty nuts. I still have never been. I've just seen pictures.
I'm baffled by this.
And the thing that's so weird about it is, look, New Jersey is famous for its malls, of course, but this place does not feel Jersey to me. It's like too much of its own thing. Maybe that's just because I'm old.
It feels like a theme park.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like partially a theme park, but the mall is the most theme park mall I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So as a fellow Jersey person, for you, is it pork roll or Taylor ham?
Taylor ham.
See, fucking told you.
All right. You know, I have no dog in this race. I just miss eating it.
I find that it's North Jersey is Taylor ham and South Jersey is pork roll.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
That's right. So, Christopher, we're asking people to do one peach and one pop, and you can do them in any order you choose.
So in terms of peach, I started interning for the first time ever this week.
Nice.
It's a paid internship, which is pretty nice during college.
Hell yeah.
It's very like laid back and cushy, like more so than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very chill work and I get paid, so I'm happy about it.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Awesome. What's your major, Christopher?
So I major in political science at Boston College and philosophy.
That's great.
But I am not doing that for my internship.
That's almost better, honestly. Just do something else, right? Yeah.
I was approached by a family friend to work at his, like, it's like an electrician startup as an intern.
It's great.
Cool.
And I've been doing that. It's something to do with my summer.
I mean, that scale will like never be bad to have, right? So you're definitely going to like learn stuff there that's useful. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's poppin'?
In terms of what's poppin', I had an album recommendation.
Yes, actually, that's great. But actually, real quick, I keep forgetting to ask people this in the past. What do you think of the What's Poppin' theme song?
Excellent.
Thank you.
One word.
That's all I needed to hear. All right, please continue. I've been forgetting to ask previous callers this, so I wanted to make sure to ask you.
He hasn't. He's lying to you.
I would never lie to you.
You sure about that?
I'm sure about everything I say.
Sounds good to me.
But I want to hear your What's Poppin'.
Checks out.
My recommendation is an album I've been listening to lately called Jeff Buckley Live at Chennai.
Mm-hmm.
I was obsessed with Jeff Buckley in high school.
Yep.
Wow.
And I had never heard of this album, but it's before his big album, Grace, came out. It was this live album compilation of he was performing at this venue in New York called Chennai, which is like this Irish American cafe where a bunch of performers perform. And it's one of the most beautiful albums I've ever heard. It's very, very intimate. It's very, very like beautiful. He also has a bunch of like monologues in between. So it just feels like it's like very conversational and very personal.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Wait, wait, real quick. Jeff Buckley is the one who taught Tom York, or is it who taught who to sing falsetto? Was like Tom York and Jeff Buckley, right? Or some other way? Tell me, Christopher.
Jeff Buckley was his main inspiration for the bands.
Oh, okay.
Right.
For songs like for like High and Dry, it's like Don't Leave Me High. All Jeff Buckley.
Yes, that's the only thing I know about Jeff Buckley.
Yeah, he's one of those artists. I know the name very well. I couldn't tell you anything about Jeff Buckley.
Hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Wait, he didn't write Hallelujah, right? You're talking about like the Leonard Cohen Hallelujah?
I would say Jeff Buckley's version like popularized it.
Yeah, but he did the Shrek version.
No, that was Rufus Wainwright.
That's what I thought. I thought that was Rufus Wainwright. Yeah.
I have to disconnect. I'm so embarrassed.
I wish I had an air horn here.
I like to think of Jeff Buckley as like my favorite musician's favorite musician.
Mm-hmm.
I should listen to Jeff Buckley.
Yeah, same.
Live at Chennai and Grace.
Okay.
Grace is the full, like, fully recorded LP that's not like a live album. And they're both some of my favorite albums ever.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, Christopher.
Christopher, thank you so much for waiting in the waiting room
Yes,
and
thank
for
you.
chatting with us. I hope your internship this summer goes awesome.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Christopher. Good talking to you.
Peace.
Bye, gamers.
Later.
This is precious.
This
That's
rules.
awesome.
I'm
That's
having
awesome.
a great time.
I know.
Okay, great. Coming in here.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
hello.
Hey.
Alex, is that your name?
Alex is my name. He, they pronouns. I just kind of go with both. I don't really feel misgendered by either.
Great.
Yeah.
How's your Saturday going, Alex?
It's been a sort of sleepy, quiet Saturday. I don't know. Yeah, I just kind of made a sandwich for myself.
Wait. What sandwich? What kind of
Thank you,
sandwich?
Jarek. I was just about to ask that.
Okay, it was like a salami sandwich. It was like a chorizo salami.
Nice.
Oh, what
Different,
the
but it tasted
fuck?
really fucking good. That with some mayo, some tomato, and some pesto sauce too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Holy
damn.
shit.
That sounds wonderful.
This little sandwich hack. Use pesto sauce. It's good. It goes good with.
Absolutely. With pretty much everything. I could not agree more. What kind of bread was it on?
Just some like stale, almost moldy bread. That was just I don't know. It was white
Hell
bread.
yeah.
It was
Valid.
something I bought like a week ago, and a few of the pieces had mold, so I threw them out. But not all of them did.
Yeah. That's called
Let's
a win,
go.
my friend. That is called a win.
Yeah.
Alex, approximately where are you calling us from?
Calling you from Toronto, Ontario.
I thought I heard a little Canada in there.
Do I have
Yeah.
Canadian in my voice? It's hard to tell. I don't know. I feel like you don't get that in the cities. I feel like if you talk with people who are rural Canadian, they're a lot more like, you know, the stereotypical. Oh, hey, buddy, I just went to.
Oh, was that Commander Meouch? I just took
Yeah, this is just because we hang out with twerp too much. Like, I think there's a certain like way of the O's and the A's that I
Yeah.
heard on like the end of one of the sentences, and I was like, aha.
Ah, you're Canadian. I've been found out. My cover's been dropped.
So, Alex, we've been asking everybody for a peach and a poppin'. You can do it in either order, whatever you want.
Yeah, I did think about my poppin' earlier. I've been a fan of this podcast for a while, so
Oh, that's awesome. Thank
I've
you.
had like in my head like, oh, what will I pop if I ever get the opportunity?
Well, I'll ask you proper. Alex, what's poppin'?
What's poppin' is not something.
Actually,
I
I'm
had-
so sorry, Alex.
Okay.
Before we get to that, I did want to ask. I keep forgetting to
Yeah.
ask people this. What do you think of the theme song?
Alex, he's done this every fucking time.
I really have not. I don't
can't
remember
hear
doing
it.
No, but
Not coming
when,
through my headphones.
when
I
you've
can't
heard it in
hear
the past, what have you thought about it?
It's really genius. You know, I can't escape it. It's always stuck in my head.
I can't escape it. That's
Wow.
possibly
Yeah.
the highest compliment a musician can
Inescapable.
get.
You should
Yes,
put it on
inescapable.
Spotify because I always open up Spotify looking for the What's Poppin' theme song, and it's never there.
You know what? Maybe we should. Maybe it should be our trailer. It's just the What's Poppin' theme
I
song.
like that.
10 hours.
I like to think of my music as inevitable. Is the word I would use to describe it. If I didn't write it, somebody else would have.
True. Yes.
So, okay, please
it
continue.
was just in the atmosphere, and
Yes.
you plucked it out.
Indeed.
So what's popping for me is something I just kind of stumbled upon on the internet a few days ago. It is Palo Volador. It is a Mesoamerican folk festival that they do. It originated like centuries ago in Mexico. The festival is essentially it's a performance piece where people climb a giant pole and then dangle themselves from wires as it spins, and they play flutes and drums and stuff, and they dress up as like very colorful creatures, usually animals. And I've just been going through a bunch of videos of Palo Volador, and I don't know, it just inspires something in me.
That's so great. I love it.
What
That's
a cool
awesome.
poppin'.
So yeah, and I don't know, for a peach, I would just say Homebody's been my peach lately.
Hell yeah,
honestly,
it has.
like I've been playing that a lot. I'm pretty deep into the basements now. I've turned on one of the generators, and just the whole thematic aspects of the game that's being explored with mental health and anxiety, and you're also in this weird loop where all your friends are getting killed, and it's, oh no, is it your fault? Oh no. It's it's been really landing with me, and especially with the place I've been lately emotionally. And I'd like to thank you, Leighton, and the team behind it. It's all very good. I've been very happy playing through it.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Alex.
Well,
That's really sweet.
You're welcome. We all worked really hard on it. And
Brian specifically.
Yeah, Brian, I love the What's Poppin' theme song that plays every time you die.
Yeah, well, that was my request, and legally they had to do
mod.
it. Yeah.
I need that mod bad.
Home poppin'.
Or actually, I feel like it would be more true to the experience of What's Poppin' is if it's like you cannot turn off the What's Poppin' theme every time you load back in. It starts.
It's whenever it's instead of like the heavy breathing with the killer
the
getting
ticking
close,
clock,
it's the What's Poppin' theme song.
Oh my god!
Louder.
Yeah, no killer sound effects, just What's Poppin'.
I like that.
I love
it. Yes, I'm very into that.
Genius.
Awesome. Alex, thank you so much for calling in and for waiting on hold for so long. It was awesome to talk to you.
Yeah, no, it was nice to have this little interaction with y'all. Hope the rest of the call-in show goes great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of Homebody and the rest of your weekend.
Indeed.
Thank you. All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, gamer.
Did you just hold up your chapstick?
Fuck yeah, I did.
What, Jared,
Here, I can do a
lips.
chapstick
Yeah,
goodbye.
let's go.
Jared,
Alex, put up
you're
your
freaking
chapstick.
people out. Don't hold up the chapstick.
Keep them lips chapped.
Great.
Out of curiosity, is Ian Shrimp in the chat?
Oh,
Can
let's
we load
see.
him up?
I see an Ian. Is that who it is?
I don't know what Ian's last name is. So.
Is it Ian?
Yes. That's a gamer.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, you should skip him in here.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Cut him in line.
He's literally last.
Cut his ass in line. I gotta go soon.
All right, so you want me to throw him in now?
Yeah, let's play some nepotism, baby.
Yeah, and we're gonna tell him
All
that you
right.
specifically requested it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian
Let's
C,
go.
yes?
Ian, I hope so.
All right, sick. All right, here we go. And
There
boom.
we go.
There
We
it
fucking
is.
got
Hey,
him.
how we doing, guys?
All right, how are you?
Let's go.
Doing quite well. Good to see literally all three of you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ian,
too.
We have to tell you that there's some nepotism at play
Oh
here
my God,
because
huge.
I was wondering, but I feel like just a special little guy, you know?
You, my friend, you
You
were
are a special
dead
little
last on that list of people calling in. And Jarek's like, I have to go soon. Let's get Ian in here.
well, no,
yeah.
it's not even that Jarek knew you were there. He was like, "Is Ian in the list to get in?"
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
pal.
gosh. What a privilege.
It really is. You were called out specifically, and then like a bolt of lightning from Zeus brought to the fore.
and here you are.
Now here you are. So, Ian, where are you calling us from today, approximately?
San Marcos, California.
Very nice.
San Diego. Let's
San
go.
Diego. North County.
Indeed.
North County is a weird place, man. Everybody is like, I'm from Oceanside. I'm from Encinitas. They don't say San Diego. What's going on?
We feel special because we're not San Diego, but we are. But no one, who fucking cares if you're from San Marcos? Like, Escondido's a way bigger community. Oceanside's more famous. Carlsbad is richer. Like, who gives a fuck if you're from right in the middle?
I
yeah.
love this.
What's the vibe? Is it like, I've been there a few times. It's like conservative, but also beachy, but not that conservative, right?
The further east, like inland you go, it does get a little bit more
Right.
conservative, which is to be expected of any place that's by the coast. But yeah, we like to think that we're like super beach towny, but Oceanside's the most beach towny that you can get because they've got the pier. But like,
Yeah. Yes.
there's one restaurant that closed on the pier, so why even bother?
Okay, so I want to jump in here because we have Ian. So the first time I met Ian was at Leighton and Susie's show in downtown LA, right?
Yeah,
Leighton
the witching
was at
hour.
The witching hour, and I was like, "Yo, can I sit right here?" We were in that bar right next door.
Yeah.
And then Ian was like, yeah, sure. And then lo and behold, like Ian's like he was like sitting a certain way with his like chest out to me, kind of like this. And
okay,
it's called body
kept
language, Jarek.
Yeah. He kept turning to me, and then I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm Jarek. Like, what's your name, dude?" It's like Ian, and Ian was like, "Actually, I know who you are." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I look at Ian's shirt, and I'm like, "Oh, sick shirt, dude!" And it's a OG Late Night shirt with the logo, and I'm like,
awesome.
"Oh, that's a fun flex, bro." He's just like doing this like body motion.
What's
to me.
really
I love
funny
that.
is that you said Jake and I said, I'm sorry, what was that? Not because I didn't know and like was like, oh, that's an interesting name. It was literally because I was like, no fucking way I'm sitting next to him.
That's funny.
I was like, I'm wearing the shirt.
What's really crazy is with this timeline of events, you met Jarek in person before I did.
That's very true. That
And
is
then
100% true.
introduced you too, which was another fun privilege.
So funny. Last anecdote is Ian. Every time I see Ian,
I'm sorry,
is that-
Jarek.
yeah.
You hit your anecdote limit.
Oh.
We can't do any more
You
anecdotes.
played the
I'm
Nepo
so sorry.
card.
Yeah.
But vetoed. Ian always comes up with like these crazy facts. So Ian,
Oh,
can you
shit.
tell us
Okay.
tell us quickly about the banana fact that you told me?
Oh, all right. So bananas have been wiped out systematically more than once by a fungus. I see people nodding.
Yep,
They know this.
that's right.
They've
Yep.
been to my lecture before.
Keep going.
Thank you for taking notes last time. But like the artificial banana flavor is based on the Gros Michel, which was wiped out by fungus, and now we have the
Cavendish, right?
Yeah, Cavendish, exactly. So it's only a matter of time before that one gets wiped out too.
Am I correct? Bananas are genetically not very diverse, right? Or within the single species. It's
Yeah.
like if you have something that hits a Cavendish, they're all hosed.
I think it's more accurate to say that they're literally monocultural. Every single one is a cutting of another one. So
Right.
they're literally the same.
Well, Jarek, also, because you grew up in Hawaii, one of the attractions of Hawaii is you guys actually grow a lot of different types of bananas that we can't get on the mainland here. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. There's like a bunch of different banana types that you can get in Hawaii that I didn't know.
I should ask my mom because she has a banana farm.
Oh, wow. So they're
What?
just like roaming around.
No, she like harvests bananas, and she has like a little banana farm where she grows banana trees and harvests them and sells them.
I wonder what species, or what's the right word?
Breeds.
Species, type? Yeah, breeds.
Have you guys had
Cultivars.
the little
cultivar. That's
tiny
the word I was looking for.
bananas?
Thank you.
Yeah. Totally.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
really good.
Little bananas. But Ian, so you're saying that the banana flavor we taste in candy now is based off of this like extinct flavor, right?
Mm-hmm. Although I don't think it's accurate to say extinct because I'm pretty sure some people
Sorry.
still have them. They're just like really, really susceptible to this fungus.
I think it's similar with grapes. Like the artificial
Oh.
grape flavor is way closer to like a muscadine grape,
Huh.
which are gross. And like, have you guys had muscadine grapes?
No.
Not that I remember.
I guess this is a North Carolina thing, but they're big and they have very thick, kind of bitter skin, but they have seeds in the center.
Are they like super purple? Is that?
They're like very, very dark purple. They're
Yeah,
more
I
like
think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
less of an oval than grape. Like they're
Yeah.
circular,
Yes.
but
I think I
the
have had
seed
these, yeah.
cluster in the middle, it's like this gooey,
Oh, yes.
bad. Don't recommend.
Yeah. Who would have thought that a fruit with the word musk in it would be bad?
Indeed.
Ian, we are asking everybody to do one peach and one pop. So why don't you hit us with your peach and your pop?
Well, let's do poppin'. For me right now,
Just real quick. Before you do this, I keep forgetting
Okay.
to ask people. Have you heard the What's Poppin' theme song? And if so, what do you think about it?
no, actually, I can't say that I have.
It's an occupational hazard. There's about 15 seconds of the podcast that some people skip every week.
Yeah. I've
Yep.
never actually listened to the podcast, so.
Great. Perfect. Dream guest.
Yeah, 100%. All right, what's poppin'?
What's popping for me is miniature wargaming. It's a hobby that I've recently gotten into. It's one that I don't recommend if you value your time or money. but I started playing Warhammer 40K, and it's all about, I mean, you build your own game pieces, and there's a number of boxes behind me that are from it. It's super therapeutic to build things, gluing them together with plastic cement and all that good stuff. It's been very therapeutic. I have a couple right here if you guys want to take a brief look.
That's awesome. Yes. Well, the amazing thing to me is how they created a game that you need $40,000 just to start playing. That's
This guy's got a big ass claw.
Yeah.
Love them.
They're just fun. They're so fun to do.
That's great.
I'm like this close to getting into it because it's the exact kind of gearhead, tiny fiddly thing.
I can see you doing that
I'm into.
100%.
I know Allison, local bird mom, she has occasionally posted things, and I really want to be like, if I go out and get it tattooed by her, I'm going to be like, so how about those little plastic guys?
Oh, she is the one who is like nudging me because I've watched her paint them because we've done little like model painting sessions together.
Yeah. Even if you do, it's just fun to get some guys.
I love to have a special little guy.
Yeah.
All right, Ian, Peach.
Peach. My Peach right now is my friends and family.
I just need you to hold off 1 second. Do you know how much it took for me to not say Leighton? I thought I was your special little guy when you said that. It was a supreme act of self-restraint that I did not say that. So I just like some acknowledgement,
Brian,
for that.
You know you'll never be my special little guy.
Perfect. Great. I'm sorry. Ian, once again, I've interrupted you. Please continue.
No worries. My Peach is now my friends and family. It's my support group. It's cool to have people to share things with and to be together with. Like right after this, I'm going to go hang out for my friend's birthday. Shout outs to Isaac.
That's
Happy
awesome.
birthday, Isaac.
Happy birthday, Isaac, indeed. Well, that's great, dude. It is rare to find a good group of people to hang out with, and I'm so glad that you have that. That rules.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bud, thank you so much for joining us today. Please, here, I want just say thank you to Jarek, please, because he brought you,
absolutely.
You started from the bottom. Now you're here.
I actually have two things to thank Jarek for. Jarek, I don't believe I got to thank you for bringing me water when we were at the twerp show in LA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Thank you for that. And thank you for letting me be your little Nepo baby.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy. And here's my chapstick of the day.
God, Jarek,
chapstick goodbye.
Chapstick goodbye.
Sweet. I have Manuka honey lotion, if that counts.
It does.
He wins.
I'm going to say
He
that
wins.
counts. Officially, that counts.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Fuck yeah, Ian.
Cool.
Thanks for being on,
Ian, we'll
buddy.
see you at the next live whatever. Take
All
care.
right. I love it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right.
Later.
Bye.
All right, that was part 1 of the call-in show. Thanks again to everybody that called in. Stay tuned next week for part 2, and go to that Patreon, patreon.com/late night, to watch the video version of this week's and, when the time is right, next week's episode. Late Night is produced by Brian Wecht, Leighton Gray, and Jarek Centeno. Follow us on Twitter at Leighton Night, on Instagram at Leighton_Night, or email us at leightonnight@gmail.com.